Hi, I'm Andy and I founded Walk More. I started this because I found myself being overweight and lethargic and not going out and doing anything, and started getting a few health issues and thought, what am I going to do? So I started walking, and just a little bit at a time, every day I had a little bit. Then I discovered sport walking, and that really transformed the way I walk and helped me lose weight and get myself in a much better place. If you just think I'm going to go for a walk, it could be quite boring, especially if you're walking in your local vicinity, but it's a great time for reflection. It's a good time to think. It's a great time if you like talking books. You can really lose yourself in a talking book, or you can listen to music. And music really helps you keep your cadence up and gets you moving. So it has so many benefits. From when you come back from your walk, you feel energized, you feel a clear head, you can think properly, and things get put into perspective. So yes, it really does help, has a lot of benefits, not just going for the walk. I discovered Sport Walk on YouTube, and then I learnt how to walk in a different way and far more effectively. So I started challenging myself on speed and the places I could go. So I started exploring the trails, which I lived here for 15 years and never been to the South Downs or anywhere like that. So it's really opened up the whole area to me. And then I saw about the 3-step adaptation process, and I thought, well, they have nothing to lose. So the first thing was about reducing my stride length and increasing my cadence, which felt really strange walking along. But I did that, and then I introduced the leg drive, and it absolutely transformed how fast you could walk. And when I look back at when I started and the times I was doing that I was quite proud of, they're laughable now because I'm going so much faster. So it really does transform the way you walk. Well, I used a fitness watch, and it's got lots of different trackers and apps, and I see there was a correlation of my heart rate going down. My resting heart rate went from, I think, 64 down to 47, where it still is now, and my VO2 max, if you believe all that stuff, had the opposite effect and went up. So as I felt better, the stats were sort of reinforcing my view. I think when you first start, I think one of the problems is I haven't got time to go to a gym. I haven't got time for fitness. It meant that I could do more in the same amount of time that I had. So instead of walking 8K, I could then do 10K in the same sort of time. So that makes quite a difference. But also when you go out to a trail, you can take on a bigger distance, because actually for another half an hour, I can now do 15K or 20K. And then you start thinking, actually, well, how far could I go? In my experience in the gym is great to start with, lots of enthusiasm, and you get some quick gains, and then you watch the direct debit go out on a monthly basis and you haven't been again and again and again. I find being outside is really good for you, and surrounded by trees and water. Looking around where we are now, you can see horizons, you can see a big sky. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's windy, there's some beauty to have there. And it just clears your mind. It just takes all the stress away because you're focused on what you're doing, and that's walking out in nature. It gives you a huge sense of achievement, and it proves to yourself. And I started this when I was 59. So, I did the walk when I was 60, and there were a lot of younger people falling by the wayside. It just shows you, if you commit to something and you push yourself a little bit, that you get yourself out of the comfort zone, that you can really make a difference. You can learn all the theory you like, and you can know all about it, but can you put it into practice? And sometimes someone looking at your technique can say, just try that, and it just gives you that light bulb moment. It just helps you to transform it. Just to be able to talk about kit, whether to be able to talk about your sports watch or whatever it's going to be, it just gives you that place where you've got that point of contact, that you can just discuss things. And when you discuss things, it starts making it real. When you actually go out on the trail, it makes it real, not just watching a video and learning from theory. It's been a transformational journey for me, and it hasn't cost a lot of money. It hasn't been difficult. If you can walk, you can start. And it's just I think I can give back quite a lot to people to get them off the sofa, out of the comfort zone, and actually start transforming their lives and living a longer, happier life just through walking.